our pelvis activation squat. Is that good? Okay. So I will demonstrate it, and you're going to talk through it.
I'll talk through it. Okay. First of all, we added this into all our therapies, and we added this a long time ago. I've been doing this for years, and I'm going to tell you something. When they gave you the toilet, they took away your most powerful attribute, and that's squatting. Okay, if you had to sit down and squat 2 to 3 times a day to do something, right? Especially females would squat even more, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and why did God create females that they don't stand up when they pee, that they squat more? Because when they have time to have a baby, they're ready. Mm-hmm. Open. Boom.
Oh, and
open.
that's the natural state to actually have a baby. And it was man and doctors who put women on their back to make it more comfortable for the doctor to deliver them.
No, it actually was because of Henry VIII. He had a peephole, and he was actually watching his wives and the birth coming out of the birth canal. And that's the true story.
Oh, it goes even deeper.
Henry VIII, that little sneak, okay?
I heard
little
a lot of things about him.
Peephole, and he's right there. That's it. So
right.
that's why you're on your backs today, because of Henry.
Henry.
Oh, Henry. Okay. All right. So anyways, so once they took away the squatting to go to the bathroom, they took away opening you up like a flower. Okay. So that's it. And that's why women don't stand when they pee. They were meant to squat at least a half a dozen times a day to keep the pelvis open. And that would keep it healthier down here for the baby, because it's called loving in the oven. You know, got to keep it healthy in there.
Yeah. Keep it open and lots of room in there.
So that's why during the day, if I'm at a meeting or I'm somewhere, or even I go to the airport, I just go like this, and I'll come down and I'll squat. I'll squat. If I'm at the airport waiting, or a bunch of people are talking, or I'm at the mall, I'll just do it. Nobody knows what I'm doing, but I'm actually doing that because you can stretch your back out, open everything up, get the circulation going. This is your root chakra. Okay, remember something, everybody. Your pelvis is like the fireplace right here. Okay, that's where the heat's generated. That heat then goes to your coccyx, which goes into your spinal fluid, and then it goes up, and then it comes up the spine, goes into your brain to create the energy for your brain, and then it comes back down. And it just keeps going like this. Did you know your spinal fluid carries more light than anything else in the human body? And even your blood cells, they are ferry boats of light. Did you know your mitochondria won't work without light? So it's that light, okay, that you get going up your spine to your brain to make everything work, okay? So,
all right.
Yeah.
So we're going to show how to do the squat. So I'm going to first start with my legs in facing out position. And I want to get my foundation first and foremost in the right order. So I want my shoulders back and my back nice and straight, my sternum up, and then a slight smile on my face, chin up, so we have really good posture getting into the stretch or into the squat. So I'm going to start with my hands in prayer. If it's hard for you to come like this, you can always come forward if that's easier. I'm going to start like this. And we just squat down. Inhale when you're coming down, holding for that 1 second, and then your exhale is when you're in your position. So I'm just going to move my feet out to the side more because I want to open my pelvis up even more. So getting a better turnout.
Yeah, if she was on the floor, she'd even go wider, but
yeah.
We want to show this and understand something. As she's breathing, instead of the hands facing forward, they're going to come up and the arms are going to go out, bringing the knees wider and wider. So you want to put your elbows right in here where she has them. See where they are? And
I'm pushing my elbows into my inner parts of my knees to really open it up and pushing firmly in my palms.
Please don't think you have to be here right now. Okay, so when you go to do this squat, if you've got a table and you can only go that far, go that far. Okay, and then hold it as long as you can before cramping, and then come up and then relax, and then do it maybe 6 times that day. That's it. And then find something lower, like a coffee table next time. And then next time, just put your hands on the ground like this. Okay, so then you'll put your hands on the ground. So step by step, you'll get here. So understand that, right? So table, coffee table, hands on the ground. Okay? And then eventually we'll open up. Okay?
Baby
All right.
steps are the key to healing.
Yeah. And when you decide to jump 2 steps and you didn't perfect the first step and you trip, that was your subconscious saying, I don't want you moving forward in life. Anything new, I'm going to keep you here. You're not dead yet.
All right. So I'm going to come out of this squat and I'm going to show you the more advanced positioning, and it's just an adjustment with our feet. So I'll stand up and then I'm going to bring my feet closer together. You want to bring them closer together because it makes it more difficult. So if it's too hard to have them shoulder width apart, make them a little wider. Do whatever you need to do to make sure you can get into the squat. And same thing with our positioning, shoulders back, slight smile on the face, make sure your chin is up. And as I squat down, this one is more difficult, like I said, so my heels are going to lift up. And as I breathe into the squat, because we're holding it for that good 2 to 4 minutes, as I'm breathing into it, my heels will come down to the ground. So
And understand, it's a little harder for her too. This is just a foamy, so it's giving her some juggling room. You've got solid ground, okay? And if it's your first time doing it, make sure you do it on a rug, okay, or something, so that if you lose your balance, it's going to be easier, okay? But just be easy on yourself and understand, perfect this. It doesn't cost you a nickel, and it is everything. And I want you to do this, and once you get going on it, I want you to get doing it 1 minute every hour until it becomes whenever you can do it without being crazy, but 1 minute an hour even, okay? So we'll do meetings here. I'll be on the phone, and I'll just go, yep, it's time, right?
Make the most of your time.
Yeah, make the most of your
day.
time, make the most of your day. You know what? People do not realize that all the things that we're doing while we're talking to them. We are staying connected to our breath, staying connected to our heart. Okay? You're allowed to feel good. Okay?
And that's the squatting.
That's the squatting.
And I don't recommend doing it on something like this because it is squishy and it's going to give you a little bit harder time balancing. But for the demo purposes, we just want it to be lifted higher up so you could see it better. But like Dr. Wolfe said, carpet to have a little bit of cushion under your feet is nice than on a hard floor.
Yeah. And just know this. You got this. You got this.
And it's so amazing. Like, that was hardly any time at all, but I can feel how much more open I am all through here. So
how would it feel to be at any age, even 80 or 90, and just go, yeah, boom. Right? That's it. So, I'm 63, and guess what? There's people that are, let's reverse that, 36, that could never keep up with me, energy-wise, flexibility, health-wise. Both my parents passed away before they were 55 with cancer. Okay? Most of my relatives are sick. I don't even know any that aren't sick. So that's the bottom line. So don't embrace sickness, okay, ever again, okay? That's what is being sold out there right now, all right? So never compare yourself to anyone else. Don't look at anyone else when you go to do yoga. Don't look at anyone else when you go to do the squats. Look at yourself, and every day lovingly push yourself forward and say, I got this. I was created by God Almighty, and I got this. All right.
And the only competition, you basically said this, but the only competition you should ever have is with yourself and just trying to be a better person than you were the day before, continually improving, whether it be 1%, 2%, 3% a day that you make yourself a bit better. You're going to be...
in a playful way. Be competitive.
Yeah, totally.
Never put yourself down.
Yeah.
And know that I'm unlimited. Whatever I can do today, I can do better tomorrow. Yeah. Never limit yourself.
But never compare yourself to somebody else. That's the biggest thing.
Old age, forget it. It's scar tissue. It's calcium displaced, and it's crystallization, and it's a terrible attitude where you've just limited yourself by limiting beliefs, okay? And remember something. If everyone lived like Abby and I, okay, all the pharmacies would have to close. The supermarkets would have to close. The medical doctors would have to stop. The hospitals would have to close. There would only be one little center for people that if they got into a car accident or
emergency care,
everything would close. So you decide if you want everything to close means you're going to have to open up.